Hi friends. Last class we were discussing the districts in T.S. Eliot's poem, The Wasteland. You remember that was the general. We are considering the entire poem, but today onwards we will be taking section by section. And today we have got the burial of the dead. The register mix the burial of the dead. As you know, the title is taken from the Anglican funeral liturgy, a book of common prayer, and it begins like this: I am the resurrection and the life. But in this section, what happens with the section heading, what T.S. Eliot has done is, he has reversed the entire thing. The Anglican liturgy, funeral liturgy, begins like this: I am the resurrection and life. That means there is hope. But in burial of the dead, there is no hope. The dead are buried and buried forever. There is no scope of any resurrection. So in this section, the whole poem, as you consider, you will see that interplay of these days. Most striking features of this poem, the distance change according to speaker, according to culture, according to tone, and according to context. That's what we find. So in this section, we have got about 9 varieties of the distance, and that, as I already told you, it reflects the fragmentation of modern society and modern civilization. And modern minds fragmentation reflects all these things, we can say. First you will find the opening lines, literary or elevated register you will find. April is the cruelest month, breeding lilacs out of the dead land. Then mixing memory and desire, stirring dull roots with spring rain. High poetry. But it is locked by irony, shocking irony. There is a reversal of the celebration. In literature you will find there is a celebration of spring, a celebration of April, but here what happens is there is a reversal, total reversal, and that itself is ironic. Chaucer you find that. One that April with his shoulders shooting, when that April with his showers sweet, all activity, everything. But here, all dead. So high literary elevated style. That register, that's what you find. Second, we find a mythic or symbolic register. As you can see, what are the roots that clutch, what branches grew out of this stony rubbish. So that is scriptural register. Usually used in scriptures, language used in scriptures or religious purposes, or Bible and so on. Third register that you find is conversational or colloquial. For example, you see the next, you move on, you will find, summer surprised us. Coming over the Starnbergers with a shower of rain, he stopped at the colonnade. That is conversational. Day-to-day conversation, summer surprised us. Understand? And the fifth one is multilingual. Bingar, Queen, Rusin, Stammen, aus Lithuan, Deutsch. Or you find that fresh word, der Wind, there haben so many Irish kin. Oh, we listened. And at the end, last you will find from Baudelaire, a quotation from Baudelaire, the French writer. So there you have got a multilingual register. And sixth you will find a mock, colloquial and occult register. And in this Madame Sosost's passage you will find here mock learned. She is not actually learned. She is a duplicate soothsayer, not even an original soothsayer as such. So she uses language, a mocking style of language, and a colloquial. And again, she in that same passage you find occult also, no occultism also. Here said she is your God. It is colloquial. There is a reference to one-eyed man, then you have Belladonna of the Lady of the Rocks, the hanged man, death by water, thank you. Mixing like that, thank you. If you say, dear Mrs. Secretary, I bring the horoscope myself, one should be very careful these days. So lot of things, mixing there. You have got occultism there. You have got ordinary conversational style there. And also you have got a kind of pretension. Language, she uses a language in such a way that she knows everything about it. But actually we know she has a cold. That's all what we know about that. Madasostis, famous clairvoyant, has a cold. That's all what we know about her, but she does all these things in this way because as we can see there is nothing in modern civilization or culture or in the mind of man, nothing is firm or nothing is sure, nothing is permanent, everything is, so this mixing up with the registers indicate that also. And further you find urban modern register, unreal city. Right? So unreal city under the brown fog of a winter dawn. That is modern language and also it is urban language. And we have got the 8th dramatic lesson. So you find that the Stetson was crying like that. Stetson, that is another thing. And then you have got the last and final. I don't say final, but in between you have got other mixing also. Reflective. I will show you. I will show you fear in a handful of dust. That is it. I will show you philosophical, reflective. So this is how he mixes and this is. And I won't claim that this is the closest study of register mix, but you can now, keeping these things in your mind, if you read that section of the poem, or as I the other day told you, Act 1 of the poem, you can say Act 1 of the poem, you have got half a dozen scenes in that. And then you will see that mixed by, if you can in a way, try to analyze further, like in a classroom situation, take each register and how each register has been well used and how these registers have been mixed in order to show the fragmented life of modern man, modern civilization and modern culture, then it will be a very rewarding experience and rewarding results you will be able to produce. I am just like Moses. He showed the Canaan, the land of honey and milk, and he could not enter like that. I am a facilitator, and it was Joshua was fated to enter. It's like your old Joshua again. Further make close studies of that. Within this time limit, I may not be able to do that. And further, taking each register and trying to analyze that, it will be, I think, that quite time consuming, and with this guidance that I am giving, or with these hints, I don't say guidance, hints I am giving, I think that you will be able to go further and you can even do your dissertations for your postgraduate studies, taking a section like this and analyzing different registers, how they are mixed in such a way as to reflect modern man's fragmented mind, modern civilization and modern culture. Okay, thank you, bye.